Our next guest is Bryan Murphy from the Woburn Host Lions Club, past president, correct?
Yes, that's right. Yep.
And you brought a lot of posters with you today, Bryan.
Well, this
Richard
is
likes show and tell.
Yeah, there you go. There you go, Rich. Well, this is the 60th year that our Lions Club has run what we refer to as the Halloween Parade. It's one of the longest-running parades in New England. It's the only parade, actually, east of the Mississippi, fully funded by just the Lions Club. No city, no town, no government sponsorship. We use local businesses and individuals to give us a hand to pay for the bands.
You draw a big crowd?
We do. The parade, when it started in '54, it had 2,000 or 3,000 people in one band and a guy and a horse.
Okay.
Today we end up with about 85 or 90 floats.
And 2 horses.
2 horses, yeah. Same guy. And probably like 27 bands.
Really? Wow.
The parade draws 80,000 people to the main street here. Runs 2.2 miles, about an hour and a half total length if you started and stopped.
Yeah.
But unique about it is that businesses will give us donations and individuals will to pay the cost, which is about $60,000. I think this year the
quite
bill
an
is $59,500.
That's quite an event you're putting on.
Well, this is even better. We don't start soliciting money each year till September 1st. So we have 60 days to raise parade money, and we only do it in 60 days. We work on the parade all year.
We were talking before we started. Lions does so much more.
Sure.
And
Right.
do you want to share what the history is?
Yeah, and especially because I remember when I was a kid, my father might have been a member of a Lions Club.
Could have.
You know,
Lions,
so there's a long
Kiwanis,
history,
Rotary.
right?
Well,
Right.
there is. They're all similar service clubs, are what they refer to as. But if you go back into the 20s, a group of Chicago businessmen, a guy named Melvin Jones, who got a bunch of his friends together, bankers, attorneys, and they would meet once a month, twice a month for dinner, lunch, or whatever. But they had no direction. They didn't have any direction. They didn't know what they were doing. And they had talent and they had money, nothing to do. They were getting bored. One day, they invited a speaker to come and talk. Well, her name was Helen Keller. And she spoke to the crowd. It's true. And she knew, walking in there, that they were looking for something to do because someone had told her, these guys, they're thinking of breaking up, but maybe you can inspire them to do something. Well, she did. She said, you know something? You want something to do? I'll give you something to do. I'm going to challenge you. I want you to go out and be a knight of the blind. Help those like me that can't help themselves. Then you'll have something to do. That's all I needed. That was a kickstart, boy. And within a year, they had clubs everywhere. And now there's something like 1.4 million members worldwide. They're everywhere. Anywhere you go, you'll see a pin like this.
Let's say a town has a Rotary, has a Kiwanis. Is there competition between the groups?
Well,
And how do you differentiate if I wanted to join a service
Either or.
group? How do I decide?
Here's a good example. In the 80s, I belonged to the Woburn Rotary Club. They meet on Tuesdays at 12.
Okay.
I'll give you a scenario. I would say that it's bankers and attorneys, insurance people, whatever, that have time in the day to go have a nice lunch and meet, maybe a speaker. But if you're working and running a business, you can't do that. You're traveling or you're working, so it's difficult. I lasted for 12 years. I'm past president of the Rotary Club, but I just couldn't anymore. Business overtook me.
Yeah.
So I left, and I was bored. A year later, I joined the Lions to meet Thursday nights.
Okay.
So now I could do that. And then it's a different set of blood to those guys. They're crazy. They want to do this. They want to do that. The joke in town is if you're in the Kiwanis, you work for the city. I mean, you're in DPW or you're a bus driver or something.
Sure.
If you're in the Rotary, you own the city. You're a lawyer, the banker, the cops, or whatever.
Yeah.
If you're in the Lions, you run the city.
Yeah.
And you can make things happen.
Yeah.
And it's kind of like the way it is.
Okay.
It's a very
That's
active group.